been a long time coming. They ain't come for my clock, they tugging. Putting up numbers, 99 pounds, and I still kept it 100. Yeah, it's been a long time coming. They ain't come for my clock, they tugging. Putting up numbers, 99 pounds, and I still kept it 100. Yeah, who don't play, 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 who don't play, 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 who don't play, 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 who don't play, play, who don't. Long time coming, not gonna battle.
Hey guys, welcome back to another 24/7 series episode. This week, stop number 3, Harris Chain of Lakes in Leesburg, Florida. And it's Florida in April. We're usually always in Florida, end of January, beginning of February, somewhere in that time frame. Pre-spawn, spawn situation. I don't know if I've ever fished in Florida in April, to be honest with you. Didn't know really how to take this event. You know, going into it, obviously there's been some other tournaments and stuff that's happened in Florida around that time. But from my understanding, I feel like it would be more consistent. I was really hopeful, instead of being that, oh, there's a cold snap and you know, your 25 pounds turned into a bunch of 12 inchers, or vice versa. You catch a bunch of 12 inchers in practice and then that turns into 30 pounds in the tournament because the females move it. I was just hoping all that was done. You know, practice was so-so. You know, coming into this event, I'm sitting in the top 20 in Angler of the Year points, but I gotta keep it going. You know, I had 2 good events to start the season in Texas, but now we're doing the Florida swing, and you know, one hiccup down here could, you know, really drastically change your season. And a lot of times people's seasons are hinged off those Florida swings because it's very easy to bomb, really. So really cautious about this one. Going into it, practice day 1, it wasn't terrible, wasn't great, but it wasn't terrible. And I'm, you know, just typical fisherman. You know, we tried a bunch of different things, shad spawn stuff going on, but it wasn't going on everywhere. You just had to fish. Like, it was really junk fishing to me. But what I didn't like is my first day of practice ended up being my best day of practice. And obviously you don't know that until your 3rd day of practice. And what that meant is the first day of practice was so good, and the next day it dwindled, and then the next day it dwindled even more. To me, when I get on a body of water and it does that, because typically you should be getting better. You should start to pattern things and figure out where you gravitate towards, what to be throwing. To me, it was pressure. When I get on a body of water and it starts to do that, that's pressure, and the fish are literally being caught in practice and they're not there anymore, or they're not biting. And so I knew going into the tournament that it was going to be really key to be able to settle down and fish. Like, you're just going to have to pick everything apart, you know, maximize your time, because it wasn't just go and catch a ton of fish. And I know some guys did, but by the time practice ended, I knew it was going to be a tough tournament. So going into day 1, you know, I was really set on settling down and just trying to get a limit in the boat and just build upon that.
4, 3, 2, 1. Let's officially kick off the Lawrence Bassmaster Elite and the Harris Chain. Leave him out of 2
come from my clock, they tugging it. Putting up numbers, 99 pounds, and I still kept it 100. Yeah, it's been a long time coming. They ain't come from my clock, they tugging it. Putting up numbers, 99 pounds, and I still kept it 100. Yeah, who don't play, 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 who don't play, play.
Yes. Yes. Oh, yes. Good job. You cast to places I wouldn't even think of casting.
I don't think there's much water on that stuff usually. I don't know if the water's high.
What do you want me to put in fast track? Wait.
A foot of water most of the time, but it's super compressed, you know what I mean? That's where we started at. That's what it should have been like where I started.
always go back. Oh my gosh, one rack.
Come on. Gosh, Hunter. Same fish. That'll help.
Good job. Got a limit.
Not a big one. Oh,
Yeah,
good.
but it's got to fall.
Yeah.
Yes. Good job. Good job. What do you want on that one?
2. Need us a kicker.
That's
In
a good
my
one.
head.
That was a good one, though.
In my head, I'm like, be ready for a 7-pounder to eat this thing, and my line goes. Oh, I thought, there it is. Freaking thought it into existence. And if we get fortunate, then come on, baby, let's go.
Yes.
Yes.
Mark it on your thing.
Yes. All right, I got to barricade these off. We're gonna have to probably call beam these. That way, if they jump, at least they can't go nowhere. Try to.
Oh, yes.
It's been a long time coming. Track star, long time running. I exterminate foes, they bugging. I'm joke, I want my nuggets gold. Platinum chain, call up Johnny Dang, dog. With my brains, I go off like hurricanes until my diamonds look like rain. My verses, gas, I'm on it.
A 4-time classic qualifier from Newcomerstown, Ohio, Hunter Shryock. 5 fish for Hunter Shryock here today. 11 pounds, 2 ounces. He moves into 5th place currently. 11 pounds, 2 ounces on day number 1 for Hunter Shryock. 11-2, a decent day. I think like barely survived today. I mean, I'm fortunate to have what we have, but it's Florida. There's big ones swimming around. I'm just going to keep slinging those abus, and hopefully I run across the big one tomorrow. Love to see it happen for you.
So sitting right outside of the cut after day 1. The goal for every event is always, obviously make the cut. You got to secure the bag first. So we want to get paid, top 50, get paid $10,000 check. We want to get there. And obviously points, like if you're not fishing day 3, you're not making up any ground. So getting inside of that cut's very, very important. I learned a couple things, but man, I had that little bit of a flurry, and it wasn't but a little bit of an indent in some cypress trees that it was every cast with a swim jig, and they had the bait bottled up, and I really thought, I'm gonna move around, I'm gonna get more of those bites, and it just didn't happen. But day 2, we're gonna need a rally day, but we do have a longer day. So I had to check in early today. Tomorrow we get a longer day. And in Florida, the longer you can be out there, that afternoon bite can really make all the difference in the world.
Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. That's the one we need, too.
Yes!
These or what?
What?
Said you gonna help me bag these or what?
I mean, we can.
At 11 pounds, 2 ounces yesterday, 5 fish added that here today, and a better day today. He's going to be sticking around. 11.2 yesterday, 15 pounds even today with 26 pounds, 2 ounces. He moves into 27th place, and Hunter Shryock going to be fishing on semifinal Sunday here at the Lawrence Bassmaster Elite on the Harris chain. And great rally today. It's going to put you to work again tomorrow.
Man, it was just a blessed day. You know, I think every fish that I weighed in came on a different lure, so it was just one of those hodgepodge deals. But definitely didn't have a morning bite like I did yesterday, and then today it all happened in the afternoon. So hopefully we get to go back out there tomorrow. And I don't know if you guys are tired of the wind yet, because I am. It can stop blowing at any time. All right, Florida, I'm just sending that out there. So hopefully tomorrow there's less wind and we can just go fishing.
All right, we look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow.
So we got us a little bit of a rally bag, got ourselves back inside of the cut, and fishing day 3. That's the goal. So that later flight, you know, I caught that big one late in the day, and I knew all day, like, I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna just need that one bite, just need that one bite. Ate that swamp lord, that frog, had me wrapped up in a dock post. Imagine that. But this time on braid, you know, 50-pound braid, so didn't have any trouble getting it back out of there, but you just don't know when or where you're gonna get a bite. I'm just junk fishing, docks, shad spawn stuff, you name it. Going out day 3, it's an important day. Day 3 is points days. The swing and points are so huge on day 3s. You know, finishing 48th compared to 25th is a lot of points. You know, you still get paid for the same for each position, but Angler of the Year points, that's what we're going for.
Champion from Macon, North Carolina. A four-time Bassmaster Classic qualifier from Newcomerstown, Ohio. Hunter Shryock.
Oh my gosh.
That'll work. It's one.
One little, measly little guy, but
Pound, you think?
1 pound. Oh my God. 4 or 5 pounder. Oh my God. One's still there. Yeah, Bubby! Look at, he barely freaking had it. Look at this.
Fighting different because of that front, I'm sure.
He's doing it. Yeah, it's been a close.
Okay.
Good one. Don't you do it.
That's my man. Thank you, Lord.
Let's go. Let's freaking go. Let's rack up a 15er.
Hey!
Hey, hey, I can sit here and be dumb and throw at dots.
I was in 34th today.
Okay. He's skinny, but he's there.
Golly, he's about to die. Accessible to some people.
Right.
Bigot.
Yes.
Here we go. Hey, remember that one we lost on swim jig? Right there.
Right there.
I'm not gonna say it's her, but it's close.
Could be a cousin.
Could be a cousin.
All right, what do you got, sir? Tell me. 2.5.
Yep, that'll work.
Uh-oh.
Former motocross racer now makes his living here in the Elite Series. 4-time Classic qualifier, Hunter Shryock. 26 pounds and 2 ounces to start the day today. 5 fish to add to that. 8 pounds 15 ounces gives him 35 pounds and an ounce, moving to 32nd place. So a good payday.
Yeah, you know, I was literally just thinking AOI points, because it comes down to the end of the year of just salvaging those deals. But I'm going to be honest with you guys. If you want to fish out here, you got to rig up about 8 different rods, and as soon as you get a bite on one, just set it back down. Get out the next one and start going, because every day I caught them on something different, and every time I think, oh, this is what I'm going to do, nope, they're going to do something else. So we're going to try to get after them at St. John's. We appreciate all you guys for coming out. Thank you.
Thank you.
So we finished up 39th overall. Not exactly the finish that we were wanting or hoping for, but we got through one of 2 Florida events, and now we have to get over to the St. John's River. I say over, should say up. Got to get up to the St. John's River, back-to-back tournaments. So don't have to do a whole lot of re-rigging. Pretty much all the same stuff is probably going to apply to the St. John's. Don't know what to think about that place, but we got out of this one with some good points, got a paycheck. So now we're 3 for 3 on the cuts, and we're heading up to the St. John's. So that's going to be coming out real soon. We appreciate you guys for watching. Please hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. We appreciate all you guys, and we will see you on the next one.